Hey guys, welcome to another video. Although it is hard to totally avoid inflation, there may be some things you can do to lessen its impact on your money. Increasing your income or making investments that help you grow your money faster than inflation is the major approach to avoid the effects of long-term inflation. Here are 5 tips to survive inflation. Number 1. Take care where you put your money. The advice of professional financial planners is to store your money in a high-yield savings account if you won't need it for more than a year. As the Fed's fund rate rises, he believes these accounts should raise their rates. Lee says he's recommending Series 1 savings bonds, which yield 9.62%, up to $10,000 for funds you anticipate to utilize in the next 1 to 3 years. And multi-year fixed annuities, which pay over 3.5% and have no annual limit. High inflation has negative effects beyond just higher costs. It may also result in lower interest rates on your investments. Consider a guaranteed investment certificate if you're concerned about investment volatility or don't like the fluctuating rates of high-interest savings accounts. A GIC has a set interest rate, but your money won't be accessible for a while, from a few months to many years. A GIC will accumulate interest at a constant rate, whereas your HISA or investment profits may decline during times of high inflation. Number 2. Request a bonus. Asking for a raise might help you stay up with the cost of living as inflation rises and the value of your dollar declines. It could be tough to maintain your usual expenditure if the price of things rises over time, but your wage stays the same. Even while inflation may drive up the price of the necessities, when your income increases, you'll be able to meet the additive costs since you're earning more money each month. Even if asking for a raise is a smart method to protect your personal finances, keep in mind many employers gradually boost salaries in order to keep up with fluctuations in the cost of living. Before requesting a pay raise to account for inflation, check with your employer to see whether such a policy is in place at your organization. As usual, it's important to monitor your credit to make sure it's in excellent standing if you're interested in safeguarding your personal money over time. Number 3. Create a reserve fund. One of the greatest methods to safeguard your money, apart from making investments for the future, is to have emergency cash on hand at all times. A special savings account for emergencies is where you save additional money to cover unforeseen costs. Even though having an emergency fund won't immediately shield you against inflation, it may help you plan for extra expenses if brief price swings cause you to go over your budget. For instance, if gasoline prices rise as a result of market circumstances, it can ruin your monthly spending plan. You could receive the breathing space you need until you have a chance to rework your budget if you have an emergency fund set up. Remember that keeping your money in an account that gives you some type of appreciation might assist you further to safeguard your funds from depreciation if you have an emergency fund or are thinking about building one. If you want immediate access to your money and greater interest rates than standard savings accounts, consider a high-yield savings account. Number 4. Recognize your expenditures. Your financial ambitions may be at risk if you spend during an inflation period, particularly if you don't realize how much more you're spending today than you did before. Financial experts explain to customers the significance of keeping track of their expenditures. You may not notice you are suddenly spending $300 if you don't know you spend $250 a month on food, he explains. However, if you are aware of your typical expenditure, you may detect price increases and make adjustments, possibly making cuts or purchasing less expensive substitutes. Take time to reevaluate your cash flow and where it's going if inflation is making it difficult to remain under budget. According to a poll, 83% of respondents claim that their spending patterns have altered as a result of inflation, with 33% switching to more frugal purchasing patterns. To make sure that fundamental requirements such as housing, food, transportation, and utilities are covered, start by deciding whether there are items you can temporarily go without. Many people may decide to postpone non-essential spending like eating out, subscription services, or gym memberships as a consequence of this reevaluation. Number 5. Keep an investment portfolio that is well diversified. Having assets and investments that increase in value is a terrific method for the average consumer to fend against the effects of inflation. Positioning your money to grow over time implies that if your investments perform well, your dollar will ideally outperform inflation, which often causes the worth of money to fail. Make sure your assets in retirement accounts, such as a 401k, individual retirement account, IRA, or other retirement account are diversified across equities, bonds, index funds, and other investment vehicles with various risk profiles. Speaking with an investment advisor or the retirement account representative from your employer may help you make sure you have a suitable mix of assets that ideally will outperform inflation while also reducing your risk. Finding the best assets to use as an inflation hedge will involve some investigation, apart from your investment portfolio and retirement accounts. Since gold and silver are known to keep their value well, many investors think they are wise investments. If you have the resources, investing in real estate may also be a smart move, since rising inflation benefits both renters and homeowners by increasing property prices and rents. We've reached the conclusion of this video. Let us know what you think in the comments area below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our forthcoming videos. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Take care till the next one, and good luck.